Hello my beautiful souls and welcome to my tarot card channel. If you're new here, my name is Jem. In today's pick card reading, we're going to be discussing what do people assume based off of your looks. So in pick card readings, you can view them how you like. You can watch the whole video or you can watch whatever pile catches your eye, as long as you take what resonates and leave the rest. Know that the way that I read tarot is about self-reflection. It's about showing you the different options you have, and of course it's for entertainment purposes. So don't take anything too seriously. Know that you could trust yourself and to have your own free will. So for today we have 3 different piles here. So for pile 1 we have this beautiful gorgeous baddie who's got her hair in a braid. She's got longer hair. She's got like dark honey brown. She's got these beautiful lips. She's got brown eyes. She also has beautiful eyes. She's wearing like a little bit of liner. And she's got freckles, and she's wearing this cute little off-the-shoulder blouse. So if that catches your eye, it also looks like she's like in a farm or some sort of like shed area. So if that catches your eye, please pick pile 1. And then for pile 2, we have this beautiful, classy girl. She's got this beautiful like silk or satin type of skinny spaghetti strap dress. She's got these diamonds on her necklace or on her neck. And she's got this beautiful glossy lip. She's got like hazel eyes. She's got her hair up in like a bun and it's all beautiful and curly. And then she's got earrings on. She's looking fabulous. And then for pile 3, we have this other beautiful, gorgeous baddie. She's got thick, dark hair. She's got freckles. She's also got dark eyes. She's got beautiful lips and her mouth is a little bit more open. She also has a beautiful chest. She's wearing light black, and she's got dangly earrings, and she's got blush on. So if that catches your eye, please pick pile 3. Hello, my beautiful pile 1s. If you chose this image, this will be your reading on what about you, or what do people assume based off your looks. So before we hop into that, I want to let you guys know I do offer personal readings, and I do have a sale going on. Code TURKEY for 30% off all my readings. Also, we're going to have an 18 plus, or we're going to have an extended reading to this pile. So if you're interested in checking it out, make sure to do so. It's linked in the bio and in the description. So if you feel like this really resonated with you and you want to hear more messages, it'll be on the Patreon. Thank you for listening. Let's hop into reading. So the first thing I'm getting with your Pinterest board is what people assume about you based off your looks is that you take really good care of your hair. You take really good care of taking care of your hair. It's like shiny, it's glossy, and people are like wondering, it's like, how does one achieve this? So like, how did you achieve that? We also have people could assume that you have money. People could assume based off of your looks is that you spend a lot of money on your looks, like you put in a lot of effort and a lot of care towards your looks. Some people may assume if you're like a Gemini, some people assume that you're a Gemini or wonder. Some people could assume that you have beautiful dresses or could look really good in white. People could assume you look good in white. People could assume you drink wine. Anna, we have the name Anna. There could be something about, it says step into your power. And there's people like playing in the water, horses frolicking in the water. There could be something about people assuming that maybe you like to get your hands dirty or you like to play in the water. Or maybe you're not afraid to like get your hair wet or like jump in the water. Or maybe some people assume you have kids, or maybe some people assume that you live on like a farmland or you live by a lake or a river. That could be something, or by a beach. People could assume off your looks is that you've been stepping into your own power. You've been becoming who you were meant to be. And that's what people are assuming. What else do we have for you? People could assume that you have like a resting bitch face, or people could assume that you're just like spicy, or people could assume that you're not someone to mess with. Like you're like, respect me, mother trucker. I'm also getting, there's like a castle behind her. People could assume that you're like royalty, or maybe you have a castle. People could assume that I'm just getting like royalty. I'm also getting like there could be some people who are, like, based off of, like, looking at your face, like, people could assume that you're mad at them. That could be something. People assume that you're very lucky. People assume that you could be very good at gambling, or maybe, like, obviously I don't want to promote that or whatever, but people could just assume that luck is on your side and that a lot of things work out for you and that you're just lucky. It's like you carry the lucky chips. People assume that you have a lot of faith. You could be faithful. People assume that you have a lot of faith towards the universe. And people assume that, especially faithful could be, because 222 represents like romance, relationships. So there could be something about that. It says everything is going to work out beautifully. I think you have faith in the universe, and you believe that, you know, everything that you've ever wanted is working out for you. And people assume that based off of your looks. It's like you look very calm, relaxed, stress-free. No longer feeling stressed out constantly. Like you're just like, you know what? I'll go with the flow and see where the water takes me. People assume you smell really good. People assume that maybe you like to take showers a lot, or you love the rain. People assume that maybe you're always on vacation or always traveling. People assume that you could have really cute, like, home decor, like maybe it's a lot of music or records, or just like the way you decorate the walls is really cute and like it's giving retro. We have truly letting go of being liked, desired, accepted, or approved of many, or of Jesus Christ, or approved of may be the greatest revolution ever. There could be something about people assume off of you that you don't really care to be desired. You don't really care to be accepted or approved. Like you're someone that's kind of like, I don't need any external validation. I respect myself. I love myself. And I, you know, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. I'm no longer chasing. I'm attracting. And I think people could see that off of you. It's like just your demeanor, the way you act, even your looks. Is like I'm not looking to impress you. And I feel like that's very attractive. I think also people assume that you could be really good with credit cards or your finances. It says take risks and prosper. You could be someone who's not afraid to take a risk and prosper because of it. It says how to grow super long lashes at home. People assume, like, people are like, based off your looks, how do you grow such long lashes? People want to know. We have life needs passion. Beautiful. Don't try so hard. The best things come when you least expect them to. I think you're someone, what people assume is that you don't try hard. You're just like naturally beautiful. You're naturally, you know, gifted. You're naturally talented. You're naturally, like, everything is yours. Like, and I think your life is amazing. It's beautiful. And you don't try hard. You don't try to chase things. You let things happen naturally. Also, I just realized today is November 22nd. So the 22nd, the number 222 could be very significant to you. Maybe it has something to do with love. Maybe this is saying, like, the universe is saying, you don't have to try hard when it comes to love. Love is just attracted to you. Everyone falls in love with you. So that's what I'm getting with that. And then it says a girl in an ocean. Some of you guys could be water signs. You don't have to be. But there could just be some sort of strong connection between you and your emotions at this time. And what people assume off of you is that you're like a mermaid, or that you're a siren, or that you're really good at swimming. Maybe you're really good at singing. And you're just like beautiful like a mermaid. It says finish your projects, and then what else do we have? Ascend into madness. The most creative act is acting of creating yourself. We have ace. We have money. We have art should comfort the disturbed and disturb the comfortable. Interesting. Born to yap. People could assume that you love to talk or love to yap. People could be wondering how you have fox eyes. You could have beautiful fox eyes. And people could wonder how you're so free. So that is what I have with your Pinterest board. Let's see what we get with your love radio. So we're going to pull one song for you. Okay, so this is the first song that popped up, but I'm going to shuffle again So this is the first song. It says 5 stair steps. It says come back, Buddha remastered. What is this is on a shuffle, so whatever song pops up is going to be for you, Pile 1. We have Her. The American Dawn, Her. If you don't want me, then why'd you steal my heart? Coast to back country, no matter where you are. When the sun is up, I'll be thinking of you. When the sun goes down, I'll be drinking for 2. You love me a little, you lie, and then you love me a little more, and then I love you all over again, and again, and again, and again. I think it's very easy for people to fall in love with you, Pile 1. What people assume off of your looks, you could be very, very beautiful, very, very attractive, and I think what people assume based off your looks is that a lot of people, become starstruck over you. A lot of people fall in love with you. A lot of people are very attracted to you. So it's very easy for people to fall in love. And there could be a specific person that they're like, no wonder why this person loves Pile 1, like when they see you for the first time. It says, but I love you more than you could ever know. In another life, I've seen your eyes before. If I die, is it better than living in vain? Don't cry for me, baby. Do your thing. The way you love me a little, lie, and then you love me a little bit more, then I love you all over again and again and again and again. And it says her. Like, you are her. It could also be like, I think this person's surfing, and it looks like the water and the beach, if you see and then it looks like the stars and like the back of somebody's head over here. So I think there could be something about having very strong emotions for you, and they're just thinking about you. So that's what I have with your first song. Let's do one more. It says something about you. Eyes, dress, 𝑔𝓁𝑒. In the car cruising with you, and then we have the color purple. It's like a really, I don't know why the phone's not picking up, but it's like a dark purple. It looks like light purple, but it's a dark purple. We have my baby, you know what I got you. Hit the road, I'm taking off with you. Not in a hurry, there's nothing about you. Leave. There's something about you. Leave the car at valet, cash only, check in, pop the champagne, pour me a glass. She's got good taste. People could assume that you have really good taste. Take off your clothes by the fireplace. Sexy, yeah. She looks like a dream. People assume you look like a dream. People want to take your clothes off by the fireplace. People believe that you are the prettiest girl that they've ever seen. From the cover of a magazine, in the car cruising around with you, my baby, you know I got you. Hit the road, I'm taking off with you. Not in a hurry, there's something about you. We stayed up all night, slept until noon, so it's nice to wake up next to you. Let's start the day with breakfast in bed. Think I'm gonna love you till I'm dead. I can't wait to buy you things, a brand new diamond ring. It's more than just a fling. In the car cruising with you, my baby, you know I got you. Hit the road, I'm taking off with you. Not in a hurry, there's something about you. People don't want to rush with you. People don't want to hurry with you. People just want to be in the present moment with you. Like, people are like, we're not in a rush. I just want to, like, stare into your eyes. And it's almost like when they spend time with you, it's like time slows down, And it's like they just want to be there every second with you, spending every second with you. And which is so cute. And I think also people want to, people assume that people buy you things. You're just like that type of person that people just want to spend their money on. So that is what I have for you, my beautiful Pile 1s. If you felt like this resonated and you want to hear more, we will have an extended in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye! Hello, my beautiful Pile 2s. If you chose this image, this will be your reading on what do people assume based off your looks. So, quick little reminder, I do want to remind you guys that I do sell personal readings. If you'd like to get one, I have bundle readings, single deck readings, and there's a sale going on, 30% off all my readings with code TURKEY. So if you're interested, check it out. Also, we're going to have an extended reading to this pile. So if you feel like this reading really resonated with you, we will have it down in the description to go over to my Patreon and check out the extended. It is ad-free, it supports the channel, and it allows me to say more 18+ juicy messages. So, let's see what we have here. So the first thing I'm getting is what people assume based off your looks is that you are so freaking goddamn drop dead gorgeous. I think also you are glamorous, you are luxury, you are classy. She is giving elegant, she's giving, you know, it's giving like a leopard, or like it's giving also like Cleopatra. It's giving like she's just a goddess. You're a goddess. You're a goddamn goddess, Pile 2. I think you have really beautiful eyes. People could really love your hazel eyes or brown eyes. People could also really love the way you put your hair up and have like the little two pieces or the pieces framing your face. People could love the way you do your makeup. It looks so natural and beautiful. You could have really beautiful glowy skin. People could love when you wear like spaghetti straps. But yeah, everything looks amazing on you. Also, people assume that everything looks amazing on you. So with Pinterest board over here, we have too glam to give a damn. I think people assume based off your looks that you're so beautiful that it's like you don't even have to, like you don't even have to put in effort. You literally don't even have to try. You don't even give a damn. People assume that you don't give a damn because you don't have to. People assume you could look really good in a pair of like chocolate brown stilettos, or like chocolate brown could be like your color. You could wear, I just thought of like, you could wear a lot of colors that like match your color palette. What is it called? Like color theory? You know what I'm talking about? You know how they did those like tests and shit? There could be something about people assume that you eat ramen, or that you could like going to, maybe some people assume that you're Japanese, or some people could assume that you just like eating ramen. Maybe you try a lot of different cuisines. There could be something about Fenty Beauty. People maybe assume that you're like related to Rihanna, or there could be something about you giving like the heat, you bring the heat. You could look really good in pink and red. People assume that you look really good in pink and red. It says the Sun card and the Empress. Oh, and all the cards you could select. That's so cool. Wallpapers. So there could be something about people assume that you have the universe like, you know, behind you, supporting you, having your back. We have the Sun card and the Empress upright, which is both really powerful, strong cards. People assume that you have authority. People assume that you have a lot of power. People assume that you're very happy, very joyful. You're like living the life. You're living like Larry. People could assume that you're very divinely feminine. You manifest everything you desire. You're divinely guided. It's like you're so strong. You have such a strong connection with the cosmic. You have such a strong connection with your own intuition. You also manifest a lot of love and abundance into your own reality. Another thing I'm getting is people could assume you look amazing in like cheetah print. Again, I was getting like leopard, cheetah print, like it's just giving like cheetah, like you can, you excel wearing those types of patterns. Also, people could assume that you're very lucky. People could assume that you're one lucky babe, and people could feel like we have AAA. There could also be something about, it says retro vintage. So people could assume that you're in your luck era. I'm also getting like you're feeling lucky. Like there's something about you being like, you know, I'm feeling lucky, let me take the risk towards it. And people are like, wow, look how brave Pile 2 is to be able to like, you know, actually take the risk. So that's what I'm getting with that. Or people could like assume that they're feeling lucky with you. Maybe something that, okay, this could be like a side message for some of you, but some people could be like if men look at you and they're like getting your eye contact or talking to you, it's like they're feeling lucky that they're, you know, even talking to you. They're feeling like they might be getting lucky. You know what I mean? Catch my drift? You could have really clear skin. Another thing, people could assume that you use like accessories. People assume that you have a beautiful, like, silk, luxury type of home where you have the interior design looking like pinks and blacks and gold, or just your interior design in your home is, like, very expensive. We have people assume that you could be a painter, a very good painter, very creative, very artistically talented. We have, I don't mind if you send me love letters like this. For some of you, there could be a message. It says February. There could be something about February. It says vision board. There could be something about someone, like, receiving a love letter from you or wanting to send you a love letter, and they're saying, like, I love you, and they want to stay with you a bit longer, and it says stay forever. Can I stay a bit longer? And it says stay forever. So some of you guys could be manifesting a new love, but let's stay on topic. So what about you, or what people assume based off your looks is, like, people assume that you are receiving a lot of love, especially during the month of February, which is Valentine's Day, or Valentine's, or includes Valentine's Day, you know what I'm trying to say. And you could also just be experiencing a big glow up, maybe even within your love life, or just with your life in general. You're receiving a lot of abundance, a lot of love during the month of February. So we have wicked dreamer. People could feel like you're wicked. People assume that you're very sexy. You're fun, fresh, and sexy. People could assume that you smell really good. Maybe you have, like, perfume from Victoria's Secret, or you have, like, those creams and bath bombs and stuff, or I don't think they have bath bombs. You know what I'm trying to say, like perfumes, creams. You smell really good. And specifically, the name says wicked dreamer. So people could feel like maybe you're wicked. Maybe you have a bit of a dark side. And people assume that you're a dreamer. Okay, what else? We have, I'm not interesting energy. I'm once in a lifetime frequency. We have dark mermaid. We have someone pinching the moon. We also have a wedding dress lady crouching down, someone looking at the sun. Cute outfit. It says, I trust myself to make the best decisions for my life. CEO. People assume that you could be a boss bitch, a CEO of a company, of a business. You could be someone who, people assume that you have, like, fur coats. You walk around in fur coats and they look really good on you. People could love your fur coats. It says, watch me manifest everything I want. People could assume that you trust yourself to make every decision for yourself, and that's why you're able to excel. I'm also getting, accept how wonderful you are. I think people could assume that you're, again, very lucky. We keep getting luck. People feel like you're super wonderful. Maybe some people assume that you don't realize how truly amazing you are, and what you do and what you create and the type of love you put out into the universe. Maybe you don't realize how much of an impact, how wonderful it truly is. And people also assume that you literally wake up like this, like you're beautiful, you're like Sleeping Beauty. And people assume that you love what you see in the mirror. People assume that you're bold, limitless, and aligned. You could also drive in a really nice fancy car. You have, like, maybe your dream car. How I bought my first car. Wow. So definitely some of you, people could assume that you're going to be buying your very first car, or maybe people assume that you bought your own car. So yeah, that's what I have with your Pinterest board. Let's see what we have with your love radio. So we're going to pull one song for you here today. So what song do we have for pile 2? We have Always Forever. Always forever. We have the color blue. And you know what's so funny is we literally had, like, it said, how can I stay a little bit longer? And then it said stay forever. So there could be something about people assume that maybe you're always, like, busy, or you're always on the run, or you're always having to go do something, constantly busy. Maybe you work a lot, or maybe you're someone who just has to go. You're like, oh, I want to stay a little bit longer, but I have to go. And there could be something about what people assume is that you want to stay, or you want to stay forever, Or people could assume that a lot of people want to stay with you forever. Or maybe you just like met somebody, or it's like with another individual where you guys like were spending time together, maybe cuddling, maybe being in the warmth of each other's arms or whatever, and they're like, you know, can I stay a little bit longer? And it's like, stay forever. I want you to stay forever. So let's see what it says. It says, you and me always forever. We could stay alone together. You and me always forever. Say you'll stay. Never be severed. You know you got me in your pocket. You don't just have to wait around. You know I'll keep you in my locket. Just come here. We can settle down. You and me always forever. There could be someone who wants to settle down with you. So what people could be assuming based off your looks is that maybe a lot of people want to settle down with you. Maybe a lot of people want to stay with you forever. Maybe you are like the wish fulfillment. You're like wifey material. People want to get, you know, settle down with you. Like you are the settling down type. It says, heard you say things could be better. Darling, don't get a wandering eye. You know you got me in your pocket. Interesting. You know you got me in your pocket. You don't have to wait around. You know I'll keep you in my locket. Just come here. We'll settle down. It's alarming to think of us apart. You know you got me in your pocket. You don't just have to wait around. You and me always forever. We could stay alone together. Interesting. It says something about a wandering eye. And then it said something about I heard you say things could be better. So maybe some people assume that you have really high standards and maybe you expect a lot from like your partner or your lover, and people might have fears like based off your looks is that they have maybe their own fears or insecurities that you would, you know, say something like, oh, this relationship could be better, or things could be better, or like maybe with somebody else or something. And they're like, don't get a wandering eye. Don't look anywhere else. Stay here. Stay with me forever. So that's what I have for you, my beautiful pile 2. If you feel like that resonated with you and you want to hear more about it, we're going to be continuing over on my Patreon. So thank you so much for just being here and, you know, joining us here today and listening. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you so much. Bye. Hello, my beautiful pile 3s. If you chose this image, this will be your reading on what did people assume based off your looks. So before we hop into the reading, I want to let you guys know I do offer personal readings. There's bundle readings, there's single deck readings. They're all customizable. And also, if we have a code going on, so 30% off with code TURKEY. So if you're interested, check it out. Also, we're going to have an extended reading over on my Patreon. So if you feel like this reading really resonated with you and you want to hear more, it is ad-free. It allows me to say things more freely, 18+ wise, and also it supports the channel. So if you're interested in checking that out, it'll be in the description. But anyways, let's hop into your reading. So my beautiful pile 3s, what I'm getting for you, let's talk about your thumbnail first. I think people assume, based off your looks, that you model. I think people assume that you could be on like the cover of a magazine. People assume that maybe people will try to assume what nationality you have. Maybe people wonder if you're like Hawaiian, or if you're mixed, or if you're like Asian. People could just be like assuming what nationality you are. That could be like the general message, if you're not one of those things. People could also assume you look amazing in the color black. There could also be something about maybe you get your makeup professionally done. People could be assuming that you have like skills maybe in doing makeup and also hair, or even like dressing yourself. Maybe you always make like the perfect outfits. And what else do I have? I'm also getting, maybe it's mainly portraits. Like if you guys model, people assume you do portraits, or there could be something about your photos. Or maybe like Instagram famous, or I don't know. But that's what I'm getting. So let's see what Pinterest board has to say. So the first thing is, people could assume that you get really, really nice, expensive clothing, and maybe you like buy things off of Poshmark. Or there could be something about like pink heels. Maybe you look great in a pair of pink heels. There could also be something about maybe people assume that you're like a coffee drinker, or you really like those sugary coffee drinks. People could also assume there could be something about the month of March for you. I just thought of like St. Patty's Day, but there could also just be something about people wondering about you, or there could also just be something about the month of March, like people seeing, like, there could just be something important that's happening for you, pile 3, in the month of March. So people could assume that maybe you make your own clothing. Maybe it says all we need is money. People may assume that maybe you believe that all we need is money to like be happy. That could be something. There could be something about the northern lights. Maybe you live in like Alaska, or you live by the northern lights, or maybe you've seen the northern lights. So people assume that maybe you travel, or you're beautiful like the northern lights. There could just be something about that. If the universe puts a dream in your heart, it has every intention for you to make it happen. I think there could be something about what people assume is that when you see a dream, it's like you make it into a reality. When the universe talks to you, it's like you create it. And so people just assume that you and the universe can be very connected, and you know what your heart is constantly telling you, and your intuition. People assume that maybe some of you guys live in Amsterdam, or have seen Amsterdam, or there could be something about traveling there, or maybe Scotland, maybe Ireland, maybe something about that could be coming out here. Just because we have the March, and like it's making me think of St. Patty's Day. There could be something about, people could assume that you read tarot. Maybe people think that you are an astrologist, or that you are spiritual. People could maybe assume that you read tarot, or you're good at reading tarot, that you have crystals and stuff. People could be assuming that maybe you were like a Girl Scout, or like a Boy Scout or something. Maybe there was something about camping. Maybe you like to be in nature a lot, and people assume that maybe you travel a lot, maybe you go hiking a lot, maybe you were like a Girl Scout, Boy Scout, maybe you've learned a lot of, skills, and you got a lot of badges with all the skills that you learned. If that doesn't resonate, maybe this is a message about saying, like, skills under your belt. You could be very talented. You could be like having some sort of mastery. Like you're very good. It's almost like you may know everything. Like you just know a bunch of different skills, and like people are surprised that you look very beautiful, and you look like you would just know about like maybe like modeling or something, but you're also very like street smart, skilled. You like know how to like tie a knot for like, fishing and stuff. Like people are just like shocked that you would know that. People could assume that you're beautiful like a painting, or again with like the nature, there could be something about you just loving nature. People assume that you could have really funky furniture in your home. People assume that maybe you use a lot of lip balm, or maybe you go through lip balm a lot, or you just have like the most beautiful color lip balm on your lips always. People assume that you protect your heart. Maybe you have like your walls up, or maybe you're just very, maybe you're just someone who is, wears crop tops, but also just someone who's like, I don't let anybody in to my heart, only a few. The number 444 could be significant. It's so interesting how we were getting that, because we were literally, it made me think of like stability. We keep seeing all this green, which is making me think, oh no. Fuck! Oh my god, I didn't mean to do that. Sorry, pile 3. There could just be something about the number of stability for you. Maybe that was meant to happen. It was, the number of stability for you. You could be gaining a lot of slow stability and structure. Again, with like the coffee, there could be something about Christmas time as well. People could be assuming that you love Christmas, and that could be your season. There could be something about maybe people could assume you know how to grow flowers. Maybe you have a lot of plants. You're like a plant mom. People could be assuming that. People could be assuming that it says make decisions from the perspective of who you want to become. People could be assuming that every time you make a decision from your highest self, like from your, from the part of yourself that is your highest self. People assume that you could be a cat lover or you love fall. There could be something about an eclipse. Again, with like the northern lights. We also have, people could assume that you have really nice heels. People could assume that you wear heels. Maybe some of you guys are like shorter, so you wear heels. People assume that you're that girl, you're calm, confident, and aligned. People could assume that maybe you're like Greek, or you love like columns and like maybe like Greek architecture. Or it's also making me think of like archaeologist, pots and pottery. Maybe you're a fan of pot. That could be something. People could assume that you take a lot of photos, you have a lot of cool, maybe hunting clothes. Maybe people didn't know that you were a hunter, or maybe people assume that you're a hunter. Or like a race car driver. People assume that you have really nice collection of makeup and maybe cameras. People assume, it says, I get money, I get more money, I get even more money, and I just keep getting money. There could be something about people assuming that you're like rich and powerful. It says best way to lose the weight of other people's opinions. The best way to lose is the weight of other people's opinions. You could be someone who doesn't allow other people's opinions in. Some people could assume that you're Japanese. This is such a beautiful bouquet of flowers. Holy shit. There could be something about people assuming that people constantly want to buy you flowers. There could be something about Socrates. That's like basically during that same time period. There could be something about the Renaissance for you that could be significant. There could also just be something about maybe you read books about like Socrates or Michelangelo, or like just like maybe knowing a lot of history during that time, and like the knowledge that they learned. It says princess. People assume you're a princess. Maybe you're like an auntie, and it says you're a rich auntie vibe. Maybe like your sisters or your family members have like daughters or sons. There could be something about the month of November also being important for you. It says, is it a loss or a redirection? And then we have flow, not force. Direct is more important than speed. Allowing ease, avoiding excessive effort. Wow. So you could be like an earth sign. You don't have to be, but for some of you, if you are an earth sign, or you could just be channeling in like some characteristics of like an earth sign, such as like maybe slowing your roll, not forcing things, allowing things to flow naturally, and know that the direction is more important than your speed. Allowing things to uncover naturally and like taking your time, going with the flow. I'm healthy, wealthy, and happy. So that is what I have for you. Trust yourself in the process. So there could be something about LA. So that is what I have for you, my beautiful pile threes. Let's see what we have with your love radio. So we're going to pull one song for you. So this was a song for pile 2, and then we have Something Stupid, Frank Sinatra. There could be something about you knowing maybe you're very nostalgic. Maybe you have like an old soul. Maybe you know a lot about Frank Sinatra. It says, I know I stand in the line until you think you have the time. I know I stand in the line until you think you have the time to spend an evening with me. I think that's how they sing it. And if we go someplace to dance, I know there's a chance you won't be leaving with me. But then after all, we drop into a quiet little place and have a drink or two. Then I go and spoil it all by saying something stupid like I love you. I can see it in your eyes that you still despise the old same lies. You heard the night before and thought it's just a line to you. For me, it's true. And thought it's just a line to you. But for me, it's true. And never seemed so right before. I practice every day to find some clever lines to say to make the meaning come true. And then I think I'll wait until the evening gets late and I'm alone with you. The time is right. Your perfume fills my head. People assume you smell really good. The stars get read. People could assume that you look up at the stars, you watch the stars, maybe you know a lot about the stars. The night's so blue, and then I go and spoil it all by saying something stupid. Maybe people assume that you might be hard on yourself, and when you say things, like maybe you're like, oh fuck, I shouldn't have said that. Or maybe you overshare, and that could be something that people assume. Or this could be a whole message of like someone who has a crush on you, who wants to spend time with you, who maybe has like, you know, said some things to try to impress you or persuade you a little bit, but then you're like, oh, you're just, you know, talking out of your ass, but it's like, no, like, it's actually because I really care and I'm trying to impress you. The time is right, your perfume fills the head. It says, I go on, spoil it, saying I love you. This person also may want to say that they love you. So what I'm getting from this is that maybe people assume that maybe the person you're spending time with or getting drinks with, people may assume that they love you or are in love with you. People could also assume that also maybe this specific person that we're channeling, they may be like, even though we are spending time together, even though I might have a chance to dance with you, I know you may not be leaving with me. And, you know, when we're spending time in this quiet place and we're drinking a little bit, like I say something stupid, I choke on my words, something like, I love you. So there could be someone who's feeling very strongly about you. And there could be something about the color gold, like a lot of gold. You're golden. But that's what I have for you, my beautiful pile threes. Thank you so much for watching. If you're interested in hearing more, we're gonna have an extended reading over my Patreon. If not, if you're not interested, no worries. Thank you so much for just being here, being present, and it, you know, it's just amazing to know that you guys support me. So I appreciate it. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next ones. Bye.